Let's bring in Melanie Burkholder. She is a former Secret Service agent on the presidential detail and trained in water rescues as well as an ocean diver. She says, as Greg just said, a rescue attempt carries a lot of risk. And Melanie, it's great to have you here. But boy, I'll tell you, you look at this where this Navy SEAL, this Thai Navy SEAL died. And it really just kind of highlights what we have been saying all week long is that when you get into these caverns, in these underground caves, that it's risky even for the best of divers to get out of there.
Absolutely. Trace, and thanks for having me today. I just, first of all, want to say that as a mom, foremost, my heart is breaking for the other moms and the parents that are involved with having their children separated from them in a cave in a very dangerous situation. So I have just been fervently praying for them and hoping that they're, going into the right direction with this evacuation of these kids. So it's a very dangerous situation, as everyone has already established. And as a diver, you look at this cave and you think, oh my gosh, now we've got not only murky, raging waters, but we also have to consider our spatial limitations. So we have a tank and we have our regulator and we have all of our gear, and some of that isn't navigable at this point. So those are really big concerns too, not to mention, as someone already said, some of the kids don't know how to dive. They're children, so they don't know how to do that.
Or swim.
Or swim.
Or swim, Melanie. Some of the kids don't know how to swim. And the other big thing here is that when you talk about some of these channels and some of these caverns, they can only fit one body at a time, one person at a time through there. So even if these kids are guided by expert divers on both sides, there are portions of this trip that they are going to have to be alone, at least for certain amounts of time. And it brings in your emotional stability, and panic can be lethal, correct?
Absolutely, especially in a diving situation. And as a therapist, boy, am I concerned about their emotional mental health. Because when you get into a situation where you're using a regulator and you've got oxygen and you need to be very calm, because the more you breathe, the more oxygen you're using. And that's unfortunately what happened to the diver that lost his life, is that he ran out. And when you're nervous or you're anxious or you don't know what you're doing, or it's dark and the waters are murky and they're raging, I mean, there are a number of factors that just go really negatively, in my opinion, for a water rescue. The engineering rescue definitely interests me a lot more.
But it takes so much time. I mean, they're talking about the water levels rising in these monsoon rains that are coming this weekend, Melanie, and then you've got the oxygen levels dropping. I mean, nobody really wants to force these kids out of water, but this might be their last best hope. I got about 15 seconds. Go ahead.
And it's so unfortunate that their four options are to shelter in place, to water rescue, walk out, or wait out the monsoon season. I mean, those are not good options.
Yeah. They're no good options, but we're hoping some way they figure out a way to get these kids out. Melanie Burkholder, good of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.